Welcome back to Coin Treasure Hunt, the channel where we bring to life the amazing world of coins, their hidden secrets, their true value, and the incredible stories behind every small piece of metal you carry in your pocket. If you love collecting coins or discovering how an ordinary-looking penny can sometimes be worth hundreds, or even thousands of dollars, then you are in the right place. Make sure to subscribe to Coin Treasure Hunt and hit the notification bell so you never miss one of our deep dives into the history and value of rare and collectible coins. Today we will explore the 1991 1-cent coin, also known as the Lincoln Memorial Penny. This humble coin may seem ordinary at first glance, but it holds a fascinating history, and in some cases surprising value that might turn something from your change jar into a small treasure. Let's dive deep into its story, its design, and the varieties that make certain 1991 pennies worth far more than their face value. Let's start with some background. The Lincoln cent was first issued in 1909 to celebrate the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. It was designed by Victor David Brenner, and became the first American coin to feature the portrait of a real person. Before that, U.S. coins mainly depicted symbols of liberty, or other allegorical figures. The public instantly loved the new coin because Abraham Lincoln was and still is one of the most respected figures in American history. From 1909 to 1958, the reverse of the penny featured two wheat stalks framing the words 1 cent, giving it the nickname Wheat Penny. In 1959, the U.S. Mint replaced that design with the Lincoln Memorial to honor the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. This design by Frank Gasparo continued through 2008, and the 1991 penny is part of that long-running Lincoln Memorial series. Now let's talk about the design details of the 1991 penny. On the obverse or front side of the coin you will find the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln facing right with the inscriptions "In God We Trust" above his head, "Liberty" on the left side, and the date 1991 on the right. Beneath the date is a small mint mark that indicates where the coin was made. On the reverse or back side you see the Lincoln Memorial with the words United States of America along the top, 1 cent at the bottom, and the Latin motto E Pluribus Unum, meaning out of many one, placed above the memorial. In 1991 the penny was produced at 3 different United States mints. The Philadelphia Mint struck coins without a mint mark. The Denver Mint produced coins with a D mint mark, and the San Francisco Mint issued proof coins with an S mint mark for collectors. Now let's look at the coin's physical characteristics. Since 1982, the Lincoln cent has been made primarily of zinc with a thin copper plating. The 1991 penny consists of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper. It weighs 2.5 grams, has a diameter of 19 millimeters, and features a smooth edge. The mintage numbers for 1991 are truly massive. The Philadelphia Mint produced around 5.16 billion coins. The Denver Mint created approximately 4.75 billion, and the San Francisco Mint made about 2.8 million proof coins. That brings the total number of 1,991 1-cent coins to nearly 10 billion pieces. With so many in circulation, it is one of the most common modern Lincoln cents, but as always there are exceptions that can make individual coins extremely valuable. Let's talk about regular values first. A typical circulated 1991 penny is worth 1 cent, but uncirculated examples or coins in mint condition can be worth much more. A bright red 1991 penny graded mint state 65 can sell for about $5 to $10. Coins in mint state 67 red can go for $50 to $150. The rarest examples in mint state 68 red condition have sold for over $400 at auction. The 1991 D penny from Denver follows a similar pattern. A mint state 65 red example usually sells for around $5, while high-grade coins in mint state 67 or higher can fetch $50 to $200. In some cases, coins that are perfectly struck with strong luster and no visible marks have sold for $500 or more. The proof version from San Francisco, the 1991 S penny, is especially attractive to collectors. A proof coin is specially struck with polished dies and planchets, resulting in a mirror-like surface and sharp details. A 1991 S proof in PR69 deep cameo condition is worth around $15 to $25, and a perfect PR70 deep cameo can bring $75 to $150 depending on collector demand. Now let's move on to what truly excites coin collectors: minting errors and varieties. Even with modern technology, mistakes can happen during coin production, and these mistakes can turn a 1-cent coin into a rare collectible worth hundreds, or even thousands of dollars. Some of the most valuable 1991 pennies feature doubled die errors. A doubled die occurs when the die used to strike the coin has a slightly misaligned image that creates a doubling effect on certain parts of the design. Look carefully at the words "Liberty in God We Trust" or the date 1991. If you see clear doubling, you might have a rare and valuable coin. Depending on the clarity of the doubling and the condition of the coin, these errors can be worth anywhere from $50 to over $500. Another rare and valuable type is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin blank is not properly centered in the press during minting. The more off-center the design appears, the higher the value, especially if the date is still visible. Off-center errors can be worth between $100 and $500 depending on how dramatic the misalignment is. There are also 1991 pennies with die cracks, die chips, and other small minting flaws that create raised lines or blobs of extra metal on the surface. While these are generally minor errors, they can still bring in $10 to $50 depending on size and location. Coins struck on the wrong planchet, such as a dime or foreign coin blank, can be extremely valuable, ranging from $1,000 to $300 or more. Now let's consider the historical context. The year 1991 was a time of major global change. The Cold War was coming to an end, the Soviet Union was dissolving, and technology was advancing rapidly. The penny represented stability, a small symbol of the enduring values of hard work, honesty, and the American dream. Billions of these coins were used every day across the country in grocery stores, vending machines, gas stations, and schools. Even today, more than 30 years later, billions of 1991 pennies are still circulating, but most show heavy wear. Finding one in perfect, uncirculated condition is becoming harder each year, making those pristine examples more desirable to collectors. Let's summarize what we have learned about the 1991 1-cent coin. It belongs to the Lincoln Memorial Series, which ran from 1959 to 2008. It was minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. It is made of copper-plated zinc, weighs 2.5 grams, and measures 19 millimeters in diameter. The total mintage was around 10 billion coins. In circulated condition, it is worth 1 cent, but in uncirculated or proof condition, values range from a few dollars to several $100s. Rare error coins such as doubled dies, off-center strikes, and wrong planchet strikes can reach into the thousands. The 1991 penny is a reminder that even the smallest coin can hold a big story. It represents a piece of American history and the enduring image of Abraham Lincoln. Every coin collector should have one in their collection, and who knows, maybe yours could be the next valuable find hiding in plain sight. Thank you for joining us on this episode of Coin Treasure Hunt. I hope you enjoyed learning about the 1991 1-cent coin, its history, and the potential value it holds. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to Coin Treasure Hunt, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another exciting episode. Tell us in the comments if you have any 1991 pennies in your collection, or if you have ever discovered a rare coin in your change. We love hearing your stories and sharing in your discoveries. Remember, every coin tells a story, and sometimes that story can be worth far more than its face value. This is Coin Treasure Hunt signing off. Keep checking your change, stay curious, and as always, happy collecting.